Shout out to VHS Archive. What a legend.
Awesome. It's awesome. Where is Nick? My take on where Nick is. Nick's sitting in his in the Berwyn hut right now, probably watching trans. I had to put money on it, but I disavow gambling. And the reason you ask where Nick is, why is he in hiding? He's just not doing a show. He canceled his show last night, and he's probably, rumor has it, people are saying he might not do a show tonight. Why? Because everyone's calling him out on the Candace Owens stuff, because he said Candace was lying about the texts. Candace going off on Nick, let's go. What are you talking about? Like, now? Live? What is Candace Owens talking about now? And then we'll move on and cover the other. But I know her show is live. People are saying
if she can prove those text messages are real. There's
she's talking
why
about,
did she say?
oh, here we go. Yo, you're right. Good call. Yo, great call, Nick Fuentes sucks. You covered that. Literally breaking. Yo, Nick Fuentes sucks, like on time. Literally, I went back 1 minute and she's talking about Fuentes. Well, let's watch it live. Let's see what you're talking about. Nick Fuentes sucks.
She said, Candace thinks it's cute to use Nazi terminology. And
so in case you guys missed it, Candace Owens labeled this week Blitzkrieg week. Roll in the tanks, boys.
Make a turning point pun while she incites further harassment of TPUSA employees by implicating them in Charlie's death. It's a sick game for her. Out of nowhere, Megyn Kelly needs to stop making excuses for this vile behavior.
Yo, Speed Cola, thank you for the gifted sub.
Why Megyn Kelly is being just abused. It's like these people just get drunk and beat Megyn Kelly when they get home. I don't know what is happening and why she's being dragged into anything that I say, but it's exceptional that they're now looking, they're so desperate that German words, you can't even say blitz means lightning, Krieg means war. Last I checked, people are still allowed to speak German. And last I checked, everybody uses the terminology blitz, blitzkrieg.
You're not allowed! You're not allowed!
Washington Post certainly does.
Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? You used a German word. Who cares?
Describing things that's happening at the White House. But now this is how desperate they are for anything. Grasping at straws. Nick Fuentes, our routine federal informant, writes this.
Routine federal informant. A routine federal informant.
Why did she sit on this for 4 weeks and then censor the other names? Just grasping at straws. Just grasping at straws here. And you follow that up by taking a stab at Charlie Kirk, who's dead. Charlie Kirk.
Oh, no. Well, now, if only Nick and her would be besties right now. They'd be working this case together. They'd be besties. Nick would be doing his show just like Candace and talking about the whole conspiracy, etc. But he burnt the bridge. Why? Because she asked if he had a girlfriend or why he hasn't had a girlfriend.
Said he had no choice to leave the pro-Israel cause because a Jewish donor stopped giving him millions of dollars. What a coincidence. He had his great epiphany about Israel after they stopped paying him to shill. Speaking of paying people to shill, it's why I didn't take 1 minute or one sentence, rather, of him trying to eulogize Charlie Kirk seriously, because that right there is the real Nick Fuentes.
Yo, Candace, we're back on, slay queen, slay. I'm thinking of the Patrick, the black woman, like nails down, you know, the Candace shit, the thing that Siegel had as his profile. So true. So true. Wait, I missed it. We're going back. Don't worry.
To shill. Speaking of paying people to shill, it's why I didn't take 1 minute or one sentence, rather, of him trying to eulogize Charlie Kirk seriously, because that right there is the real Nick Fuentes. Quartering jump.
She didn't take a second of Nick Fuentes eulogizing Charlie Kirk seriously, because that's the real Nick Fuentes. An evil. So true, Candace.
Trying to eulogize Charlie Kirk seriously, because that right there is the real Nick Fuentes. Quartering jumped in. He says,
Suffer, Nick Fuentes! The Candace Owens just put out, just called you not only a fed, but a piece of shit. How you gonna react to that, Nicholas J?
Serious question. Let's assume the texts are real and that Charlie was 100%.
Bro, you guys, look, let's just be honest. Like, Candace Owens, something is going on there. Like, Candace is connected to like a bunch of people, like numerous people that have connections. Like, she could reach out at any point in time. First of all, she's had Milo on the show twice. You're telling me she doesn't know about Ali Alexander? Come on. Come on. There's a reason she hasn't deployed that card. There's a reason she's sitting on that. She's sitting on it. She's sitting on it. The rest of them are sitting on it. I'm over here with the fucking bell triangle. Nick's a fucking, and everyone's just like, ignore that guy. We're going to use that whenever they decide that they're going to use it, which I think is dishonest and sick. The fact that they're even letting Fuentes get away with being a fucking, pedophile enabler, whatever the fuck I call it. But everyone knows that. The people around her know it. She knows it. So the fact that she's like, she'll play the Fed card, here, he's a Fed because of J6, but not play the pedophile card, is telling me that she's leaving room for something. There's not really a reason to hold back on that unless you're saving it for some reason.
Serious and not just being sarcastic, which is totally possible. What exactly does this prove? Think before you reply. What does it prove other than someone close to him was fine leaking his texts? That's been their new talking point. How dare you leak text messages? And finally, this is just funny, so we're going to show you this. Community notes for the win. The Misfit Patriot writes, I will give Candace every single shekel Israel has paid me for my posts if she...
Isn't this guy like a gay prostitute or something? Isn't this the guy that fought Bryson Gray?
Improve those text messages are...
We need Jesse from Pod Awful. He A-logs Misfit Patriot. What's... People are saying he's trans.
Update, says Community Notes. Andrew Colvett confirmed the screen grab was real. Of course it was real. But I mean, I would have to be the dumbest person ever. First off, I'm not even inclined towards tech, but also would have to be an absolute idiot.
You know what? I was going to skip. Should we watch the episode that she released with the text, or should we just watch today's episode live? What would you rather do? Because basically all she does is talk about the text that she then is talking about again today. Watch today's. I know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I was going to watch last week's, but then I'm like, well, wait, hold on. This is the one where or this one. Who cares? One of these two is where she releases the text messages, which you probably have all seen by now. This one where she's wearing the bee suit again. Okay, so we're back to back. Here's the real conspiracy, chat. So you have this, right? This is the one where she claims it was the bees and the Polish underground symbol. Here, she comes back to the bees and the Polish underground symbol. Then she goes, oh, by the way, here's some text messages that I've been holding on to for like 3 weeks. Like, I'm going to be honest. Look, like, from an objective standpoint, I agree that she should have released the messages earlier, but it's also hilarious that she didn't release the messages, because then you have Nick Fuentes for the last 2 weeks saying, Candace has no proof of anything she's saying. She's a fucking liar. How does she know that Charlie Kirk was talking about Israel? And then she releases the text messages of 2 days before he got shot of him talking about Israel. And now Nick just looks like such a fucking retard that he's in hiding, not even wanting to do his show, because everyone's just gonna say, well, what do you have to say now? There were screenshots. And the thing is like, yeah, the screenshots are real. And he brings up Israel and the donors and stuff in it. That is true. But I mean, like, if you're Nick, you could still argue, well, that doesn't mean that Israel killed him. But Nick's audience is all just like brown third worlder. He has to say that, otherwise they all call him Jewish. It's like, it's just so good. It's so good. It's the monster of his own making. He created this Frankenstein monster of just like brown, low IQ Browns, Muslim anti-Semitism, not like just like noticing on like a normal American white guy noticing. No, you can only notice through the lens of like Gaza and Muslims. And now here we are.
tell you something. Twitter or X, it hasn't really been that fun in a really long time. I think Elon Musk clearly gave it away to the military, and we now have to suffer.
Potty mouth, Jaden. This is going to be a pain to edit for YouTube. That is true. I'll try my best. I was thinking about that. I was talking with some Clippers VHS. I was talking to some other Jaden gang Clippers, and they're like, yeah, we'll clip it, but you just curse and say slurs and too much, and YouTube takes everything down. And it's a lot to edit, and it's a lot to do this. And I just said, I was like, just put it on a channel and upload it. I get your channel is actually monetized, so I won't give you that advice. I was saying just throw it up on a non-monetized channel. For you, I'll try my best.
These. Yes. Who will succeed Charlie Kirk? Who shall inherit the Turning Point throne?
Nick Fuentes is watching, talking to himself. Me! It needs to be me! That's Nick. That's Nick watching this live. Me!
You know what, you guys? The best part of all of this for me
Bees?
is, unlike those ill-begotten heirs on the show, I have a 0% interest in Charlie's empire. I am not motivated by the idea of carrying on his torch. Not for a single moment did I think any person could carry on his torch. If you thought you could, you clearly did not know Charlie Kirk. Charlie was, in fact, an anomaly in the system. It happened to
but Candace, don't you know AFPAC happens once every 3 years? Well, it hasn't actually. Technically, it's been almost 4 years. Hey, don't you know that AFPAC happened back when white people were involved? It happened yearly on the back of a Turning Point event. You know, Charlie did like 5 or 6 CPACs a year. Well, what about the Fuentes rally that was held at the Holiday Inn across the street that got 50 people to show up because they said Kanye West was there? What do you think about that, Candace? Huh?
Really, and yeah, I don't know that I will live to see another person like him. I want you guys to know something. I want to share this with you. You can take it or you can leave it, but Charlie was betrayed. I know this. I've known this really since the first second, but I rarely have vivid dreams.
Oh, no.
And I did.
No way. Well, you were right, Yukon. We're doing the dream route. No, not the dream route, man.
I similarly, like I just said, had a vivid dream this weekend, and Charlie came to me and he told me that he was betrayed. And so for me, you don't have to believe that.
That's weird. I had a super imagine, like, just go with the text. This is so unnecessary, dude. This is why everyone's like, bro, she's nuts, because she does the bees, and she does the Polish symbol, and she does the talking through the dream world. How about you just show us the text? Just show us the text and move on. Easy. All right, a very vivid dream. Nick Fuentes said that he was gay.
But I do believe that.
And watches transport. Oh, wait, that's real life. That happened in real life.
It was the immediate sense I got, actually, and the context of the persecution of Christ. He's talking about Pontius Pilate's wife warning him not to persecute Jesus. Take a listen to that portion of their conversation.
That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. Pontius Pilate's wife warned him not to mess with Jesus. Why? Was that not part of the prophecy? Was that not all part of it? Is that Jesus knows he's going to be crucified. He knows he's going to be crucified, but he does it anyways for the betterment of the world? Like, I never will understand these people that try to argue this shit, like, when we try to argue about Jews, or we try to argue about the dream world. Like, why are we talking about Jesus' crucifixion, which was literally God's plan if you believe in it? Like, that's the whole point of it. So, got it. Yeah. Like, these people were wrong. That's true. So here are the texts, by the way, in case you guys missed them. Just lost another huge Jewish donor, says Charlie Kirk. $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Someone goes, ugh. Then Charlie says, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. The other random person in the chat says, please don't invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term in my opinion. Like all groups, you're going to get wide variety of opinions, that nasty free will thing. So here's my thing, right? My thing is Fuentes says, why did she sit on this for 4 weeks and then censor the other names? I mean, she obviously did so for attention. Like, can we just be honest? Nick is the worst. He's actually like scumbag, ruins young men's lives, so on and so forth. Candace, I think, is just attention seeking. That's it, more or less. I mean, she has all the money in the world, literally all the money in the world that you could ever want. She's still going. Why? Because she loves the attention. Clearly, she's a black woman. She wants to be the one that everyone points at. Look at that one. Look at that one at the zoo. That's what Candace Owens wants to be. So Fuentes, she's right on the next turn that Nick didn't give a fuck about Charlie. And, I mean, he mocked the death in the group chats, and John Miller mocked it publicly and he said nothing. And Paul Town said it and he said nothing. And all of his groypers did it and he said nothing. But here's my thing. Candace Owens always saying, like, release everything. Why is she dragging this out for an entire month? Why not just release everything? Like, I agree with her about the feds, that they need to release everything. Totally agree. Feds need to release everything. So why sit on this for a month? I mean, granted, she made a lot of people look like idiots, so props, I guess. But are we trying to get to the truth of it, or are we just, like, dunking on... And again, I hate Nick. This makes Nick look like the biggest fuck in the room, so I'm fine with that. But I'm just being like good faith Judas. If you really just care about like getting to the bottom of who killed your friends, you would think that this would have been put out earlier.
Why did she sit on this for 4 weeks and then censor the other names? Just grasping at straws here. And you follow that up by taking a stab at Charlie Kirk, who's dead. Charlie Kirk said he had no choice to leave the pro-Israel cause because a Jewish donor stopped giving him millions of dollars.
Yeah, it is an L for Nick, which is hilarious. Again, like I said earlier, it's the brown golem. He wanted to create, instead of building up his movement with truth and you know, like, unironically, truth and righteousness and whatever the fuck, pro-white, whatever, love of country, love of people, love of the truth, whatever. He decided he wanted to build it up because all he cares about is attention and money. All he cares about, he don't care who's watching, who's paying, as long as they're doing so, he'll just keep building up the movement with piles of shit. Unironically, Latino Zoomer, Suleiman Ahmed, Sneeko, Andrew Tate, every other brown, just stacking it up until he made this giant column, and now the shit column that just went everything Israel, everything. And then Nick goes, no, shit column. It's not Israel this time. It just smashes him. It's like in the Frankenstein movies when the monster turns on the scientist. Like he's sitting there going, I made this monster. And then it just crushes its own master. That's what's happening in real time right now with all the Browns turning on Fuentes. And like I said, do I think the Browns are started? Yep. Do I enjoy watching them all attack Fuentes? Yep. Why is that, Judas? By the way, I'm checking Checky right now. Why is that, Judas? Because he had the same shit column attacking me for the last 3.5 years. So now to see it turn on him, yeah, funny.
Well, you could say a blitzkrieg, right? A heavy bombardment.
You're not Hitler,
from people
Candace.
who he
Stop.
knows hated Charlie.
You're not
German.
Stop,
Charlie.
Stop. Hey. I'm sick and tired of you using my fucking culture as your fucking costume, all right? Knock it off. I'm tired of all these non-white, non-German folk. I come from German stock, majority German. I'm sick and tired of my culture being your costume. Okay? Me? Down the line? Somewhere? Genealogy? A DNA? Genealogy. I go back, okay? My people, my ancestors were German. I didn't come from the Zulu tribe, so stop taking our words.
People who had no issues
I don't
showing
speak
up to his
German.
memorial. I mean, really gross stuff, who were attacking me. And he could have at least provided some cover. Now, I'm not saying that I need help, but sometimes it's nice to offer.
All right, I'm going to be honest. I need a break. I need a break from Candace Owens. I'm just going to be honest. We can come back to this. I need a break. I need a break. I need a brain break from Candace Owens. Need a brain break from Candace Owens. Why? Because she just rambles. She just rambles on and on and on and on and on and on. What is this? 10 days ago, this was uploaded. It's just called Jaden McNeil.
Nick Fuentes, a homestead. You have to, white-only community, firefighter, teachers, go down all the lists, trash man, fucking...
Yeah, I agree. That's a good clip. Thank you. I don't know what. All right. Thank you. That's a good, yeah, that's true. I'm getting Gabe Hoffman clipped where they just record their screen. Just, hey, whoever uploaded that, just download OBS, man. I got you. Okay. I don't know if that was a positive. Is that a positive clip, a negative clip? I was talking about Orville, so they probably were mad. A lot of people got mad at me for rightfully calling out Orville for being a grifting homosexual.